Okay, pitchers. This one right here, we'll call it an early Christmas present. All right, because I'm giving you game for free. And my hitters, hopefully you're paying attention because this is something that you guys need to be implementing immediately, at least paying attention to immediately. So the key with this is seeing it from launch, right? So we're talking about holes in the swing or holes in the zone of a hitter's swing, okay? Whenever we hit and you get to launch is position, that's when I start to make my positive move on the baseball. What I'm looking for, and I used to look at this because I would call my pitches, I would call the pitches for my pitchers in high school ball, but I would look and see wherever hitters are getting when they get to launch, what's the angle of the barrel. Ideally, you want the angle of the barrel to be at a 45. So by right here, boom, 45. Here's the reason why. Whenever you swing, the knob is always going to lead the swing. The hands are always going to lead the swing. There's this idea going on out there about turn the barrel and work the barrel into the zone early. You have no control over the barrel. The best you can do is control the knob. Almost everywhere the knob goes, the barrel will eventually follow. So with that concept in mind, what we're looking at, when you get to, let's say for example, you get to launch and your barrel's like this, it's straight up and almost straight up and down. What happens is your hands are always going to reverse the angle, right? They're always going to reverse the angle. So if I get here, most likely my knob is going to go up first thing. So it's going to do this. Barrel's going to go here. My hands are stacked. First thing it's going to do is this, okay? So the barrel's going to drop. What does that mean? If my hands are going to dictate this movement, that means the most susceptible I'm going to be in the zone is going to be in the top of my zone, okay? Now, if we take it and we look at it from a different angle, if the foot lands, boom, and I'm seeing a guy, he lands with a flatter barrel, the bottom of his zone is going to be more susceptible for him. Because what happens is, what his hands are going to do, they're going to take the opposite move and they're going to open up. Another piece for those guys that are here, not only are they typically going to be susceptible in the bottom of the zone, they're usually going to be susceptible on the inner half of the zone. Because think about it, if my hands are almost side by side, when they open up, my barrel's going to be on the other side of the zone. Even if they can get to the ball, it's usually going to be on the handle. So I will pay attention to stuff like that. I will look at things like that all the time when my pitchers were working, and I'm looking at the hitter. I'm trying to figure out, okay, where is he when his foot lands? What's going to be the easiest way to get him out? Not necessarily to strike him out, but what's going to be the hardest place for him to get his barrel to the ball? So essentially what we want to be doing as hitters, we want to do our best to try to get in between those 2 points. So it's not going to be flat, foot lands, boom. It's not going to be flat. It's not going to be straight up and down 90 degree. It's going to be at a 45. This is where you want to be. This is going to make you susceptible in the zone, high in the zone. The flatter your barrel is, the more it's going to make you susceptible to the ball low in the zone and on the inner half. So something to think about. Pitchers, you can send my Christmas present to Chandler, Arizona.